Did I combine those two problems on that last one? I sure did, didn't I? Yeah. I did. I did half of B part there, along with the bottom part of. Huh? And do it again. That'll work. So use the top of the second one and the bottom of the first one. All right. Yeah. We'll do that. We can do it since it's the same variables. So I need the bottom of B, 5a to the 3 halves. Because if you can do this, the other problems come out nice and neat. 7b to the 4th. That's the reason that that fraction or the numbers came out the way it did, because you could probably combine it on the other way. So this would be a to the 3/4 to the second power. What do you do when you have a power to a power? Multiply. And again, if you don't know, come over to the side and say, okay, a squared to the third power. What would I do there? That's a to the 6th, so this would be 3/4 times 2, which is 6/4 or 3 halves. B to the second times a to the third, b to the 3/4, good, over 5 to the 3 halves, a to the 3 halves, times 7 to the 4th, times b to the 4th. Therefore, and you see what would have happened on that last one? We had 5 to the 3 halves. You would have had like 5 to the 1/4 or something on top. You could have combined those if we would have worked the right problems. Yeah. You can get rid of the a's. On top you have a to the 3 halves and a to the third. Okay, again, come to the side. What if it was a squared and a to the third? What do you do with the exponents? Add, right? So we're going to add those two exponents. 3 halves, and how many halves is this? 6 halves, so how many halves do you have? 9 halves, good. B to the second and b to the 3/4. The second power is how many fourths? 8/4, so you have b to the 8/4, b to the 3/4 is b to the 11/4. Again, this is 8/4, because 8 divided by 4 is 2. 8/4, 3/4, 11/4. Over, guys, 5 to the 3 halves power times, I'm going to go ahead and put my 7 to the 4th next to it, times a to the 3 halves, b to the 4th. Okay, you have a's on top and a's on bottom. You have, well, what are we going to do? A to the 9th over a to the 2nd. What would you do with those powers there? You'd take away the ones on the bottom. Same thing here. You have a to the 9 halves on top, and you have a to the 3 halves on bottom, which is a to the 6 halves, which is a to the 3rd. Good job. The b's, I have b to the 11/4 on tops. How many fourths is on bottom? There's 4 wholes. How many fourths are on bottom? 16/4. So you actually have more on bottom. There's 16/4 on bottom, 11/4 on top, so you're left with, well, 5/4 on bottom. It would be negative if you had it on top. I just say there's more on bottom, so they're going to be left on bottom. And if you want to do 5 to the 3 halves times 7 to the 4th on your calculator, that'd be 7 to the 4th power times 5 to the 3 halves power. 26,843.99. We'll round that to 26,844. I think it'd be all right. 26,844, b to the 5/4 on bottom, and a to the 3rd on top. That's how that would simplify. If it would have worked the right problem, it would have worked out a little bit nicer and neater than that. One of them. Okay. Let's do the second one. And I'm just gonna do it real quick for the sake of time. A to the 3/4 b. The first one looked easy. To the second, ab to the 1/4 to the 3rd. Yeah. Watch how easy this would have been if we would have done it right. AB to the 1/2. Do y'all not have a bad tendency to, though? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You did the exact same thing, didn't you? So a to the 3/2, I'll go through like I said and just do it real quick. This will be a to the 3rd, b to the 3/4, over a to the 1/2, b to the 1/2, a to the negative 1/4, b to the negative 1/4. So you just got tons of AB stuff here. So on top, let's combine our top. A to the 3/2, how many halves is this? 6/2, so on top you have a to the 9/2. You have b to the 2nd and b to the 3/4. How many fourths is this? 8/4, so a total of 11/4. Right? Aren't y'all getting better at fractions now? You've got 2/4 minus 1/4, which, like you said, is a fourth, and you've got 1/2, and which is, like you said, same thing. A to the 3/2. That's 9. Oh, very top. Hang on just a second. 3/4 times 2. 3/4 times 2/1 is 6/4, which is 3/2. I'd done it on the last one. That's the reason I just skipped it on this. So you have 9/2 on top. How many fourths is that? 18/4. So you have 18/4 on top, 1/4 on bottom. You're left with how many fourths on top? 17/4. This one is. Thank you. You have 11/4 on top, 1/4 on bottom. You're left with 10/4 on top, which is 5/2. That looks better. But go ahead. That's what I was fixing to say. 4th root of. Good job. That might look better to you. The 4th root of a to the 17th, b to the 10th, because this is 10/4. Yeah. Good job. So y'all better at these than I thought. D part, E part, and then rationalizing, and we're done, I believe. No, we need to do that. Yeah. E's pretty nasty. We need to see at least E. X to the 1/3, y to the 1/2. Times 2x to the 1/3. That's a 3. Minus y to the 3/2. Try to foil this. Right? If you can foil this, I don't think the other stuff's going to give you in trouble. We got to do this times this. So, think of it like this. What if it was x times 2x? You're adding exponents, right? So this is 2x to the, that's a 3. Add exponents. 2/3. 1/3 and 1/3 is 2/3. Right? Makes sense? Just add exponents. Now we've got to do x to the 1/3 times negative y to the 3/2, which is a negative. X to the 1/3, y to the 3/2. Yeah, you can't combine x's and y's. Can't combine x's and y's. That's kind of like saying, okay, if you had x to the 2nd times y to the 3rd, x, y to the 5th, no, just leave them separate. There you go. Now we got to do the y to the 1/2 and this, which is again not going to combine. So plus 2x to the 1/3, y to the 1/2. Are these like terms? Why are they not? One number. That second, the y to the 3/2 and y to the 1/2. The 2's fine. You can combine it because of the 2, but the variables are not identical. If this is x to the 1/3, y to the 1/2, and this is x to the 1/3, y to the 1/2, yeah, you can put those together, but not the way they are. So the last one, positive times a negative, will be a negative y to the 2nd power, because 1/2 and 3/2 is 4/2, which is 2. Again, if you don't know, okay, if you look at that and say, now what do I do there? Put numbers in that you do know. If you have to multiply y to the 1/2 times y to the 3/2, we'll change that. What if that was y to the 2nd times y to the 3rd? Ask yourself, what would I do there? And then go back to the fractions and actually apply it. Okay, here's the fun one.